Mm. Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Kiara and this is my channel Beauty and Beyond. How is everyone doing? Is everyone doing okay? I personally have not really been doing okay, but I'm trying to get back to being okay. So I'm just wondering, like, is everyone else having a weird time? If you are having a weird time, I'm here for you. So last week I talked about one of my favorite things, which is discovering and reading new books because I love to read. So this week I am going to be talking about my other favorite thing, which is discovering new makeup. And by new makeup, I mean that in the literal sense of like new brands, but also just makeup that is new to me. So new products or products that, like I just said, like might not be new, but I have just personally discovered. So today's video is going to be all about my possible new obsession from the brand Ditto Cosmetics. So today I'm going to be unboxing, using, and reviewing the 3 MUSE Eyeshadow Palettes from Ditto Cosmetics. It is 3 palettes inspired by the 3 Greek goddesses Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena. So excited. So I found out about this brand through an ad on Instagram. They were showcasing the 3 palettes, or like, the box, because they sell the palettes in like a box set. And I saw that, and I'm a huge Greek mythology fan. So of course I was like, I need it. And just for a little info on the brand, they are an LA-based new brand. They are vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free, and they are offering us luxury quality for an affordable price. We love that. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on for too long. Let's just get right into opening these babies up. I am going to put my face on and then we can jump right into using the palettes. Okay, so I've just put my face on. Anyway, here's the box that the eyeshadow palettes came in. I'm obsessed with the box top. Like, the design work is immaculate. Even if the product itself, like even if the eyeshadow palettes themselves turn out to not be the best, I'm honestly just impressed by the packaging alone. So anyway, let's open it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And when I first did and I saw the first palette, which is Aphrodite, of course I was like, okay, where's the rest? Because this is how it looks, and this was the first palette that I saw, and I was like, wasn't there supposed to be 3? And then what really got me was I saw that right here, and I was like, oh hell no, the box is broken? But they got me. Not only is this box not broken, it's a whole thing. Came with the first, the second, and then you open it further and it has all 3. The top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer holding all of the palettes. Are they all the right way? I feel like, yeah, they're all the right way. So yes, this is all 3 of the palettes: Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera. I'm shook. So we're going to open them and look at the colors and see what we have. So since I'm going to be working with 3 palettes today, I'm just gonna do a look on both eyes using all 3. And since I'm gonna be using 3 also, I'm gonna just try and focus on the quality of the shades rather than just trying to focus on one specific palette, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna dip into all of them. So I have all the palettes out here in front of me, and what I'm noticing is that there are more blues and greens than anything else. So I'm gonna try and focus on that. It's really hard to try to figure out a look with so many color options. Between all 3 of these palettes, there are collectively like 48 eyeshadow options. 48. So yeah, we're gonna do our best to create a cohesive look. Actually, I think I know what I want to do. I know I said that there are like more blues and greens than anything else, so I wanted to like do a look like with those colors, but I think I'm gonna I definitely want to get a feel for all the colors, not just the blues and the greens, because there are some nice orange shades, there's some purples, and there's some reds. So I definitely want to see how these red shades look and how that eyeshadows like this always intrigue me, because I'm like, what's the point? How does that work? So I think I do want to try that. So I think on one eye, I am going to focus more on like those oranges and reds. And then for the other eye, I'm going to try to incorporate those blues and greens. So there, final decision. So first things first, I'm going to take this beautiful shade right here next to this blue, and I put that on this little dense brush, and I'm just going to highlight under my brow to start. Wow. So I did also wet the brush a little bit, and you can't really, you can kind of see it on camera. It's definitely a very pigmented color. Usually I like to use colors like this with my finger. I'll go in with my finger and I'll do it, but I wanted to see how it looked on the brush. It looks really good. Very nice. You can't really see it on the camera. Maybe if I turn down the light a little bit. Well, it looks really good. So that highlight color that I used is from the Hera palette. So far I really like it. Using just that one color, I'm impressed. So now I think I want to start with my blue eye. So I'm going to dip into the Aphrodite palette, and I think I want to start with this light blue up here. So I just dipped into that light blue color, and it's definitely really powdery. It's not really sticking to my eye the way that I want it to. It's barely there, and it's very dusty. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just super dusty. Like, it's not really. I went in 3 times with it, and it's still like, it's like flying everywhere. You can't really see it on the camera at all, but it's going everywhere but my eye. So that one right there, not really feeling that color, but it's okay. We're gonna move on. Let's try a different one. We're gonna go with, we're gonna try the green here from Athena's palette. Let's see if this green can maybe substitute that blue. Let's try it. The green was a little better, but it's still super powdery. And this is from not even the same palette, but like even with layering it, it's still, I don't know, it's not really
I'm not gagging.
Okay, so I just went over those two colors that I first used, that really light blue and then that green. I tried both of those. They were coming off really light, and then I tried to go in with this color up here, and it was fine, but it was still coming off really dusty. So I then went over it with the blue right here from the hair palette, and now I'm starting to see, like, you can't really tell. I've got to get some better quality for the camera, but from in person you can see the transition from the green that I used from the Athena palette. You can see the green, and then the blue from the Hera palette, you can definitely see, you can see both of them. So this darker blue that I used over here, still kind of dusty, but definitely showed up a lot more than the first two. And I think that's just because it's a darker color. I messed up the orange. So now I'm gonna go in with a deeper blue from this one. I'm gonna go into that blue there, and see how it looks. Maybe we'll go into the darkest blue. That's the darkest blue. The second darkest blue. I'm gonna use that one and see if that's any better. It's not showing up. Maybe this was meant as a lid color. Maybe that's why. I don't know. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna use this color because I feel like that is something that's meant for the lid and not really meant for like crease blending. So I'm gonna take this color right at the bottom and see what happens. I mean, it's kind of showing up a little bit more. It just takes way too long to blend out. Okay, so this bottom one, it did darken my crease a little bit, but it was taking way too long. It was taking way too long to blend out, so I took my Aphrodite palette and went in with this darker like sparkly blue, and took that into my crease, and it did darken it up significantly. But you really have to be careful with these shadows because they move around so quickly that you have to really be mindful of how much you're blending, if that makes any sense. We'll take that green. I'm gonna go back in with that sparkly blue. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, so we were saved by the Aphrodite palette. Let's continue. Okay, I've gotten through blending out this eye as best as I could. Now, for what I'm really excited to use is the glitters. So I'm gonna go in with that silver glitter for my blue eye, and I'm gonna be using my NYX Cosmetics glitter primer. So I'm just pressing that glitter onto my eye, and so far I am really impressed with the way the glitter is sitting on my eye. Is really nice. It is like a pressed glitter, and also that could very well be because I did use a glitter primer, but it hasn't moved. It's not really creasing up, and it feels very smooth. I'm really loving the glitter so far. So let's finish off the blue eye. So went for like a nice halo eye, and I think using the glitter really brought the look together. So I really like it now. I'm happy with it. The glitter really made all the difference. So there we go. Let's start working on eye number 2. Okay, so for this eye, I think I'm gonna start with the Athena palette and start with that orange shade. And just from what I know now about how the more matte eyeshadows, like how dusty they are, I guess I'm kind of better prepared for what the result will be, because I still really like how this eye came out, but I did definitely work a lot harder than I expected to get the color and the pigmentation to come through. So let's just see how the oranges and the reds turn out. So it's definitely showing up, but blending it out, it's a little hard to blend out for like a smooth blend, but I can see that it's definitely doable. So now I'm dipping into both those light oranges. I did take a little bit of this one here as well. So now I'm going to use this deeper orange color from the Athena palette. And we're just gonna see. Okay, so I can already tell that like the warmer, like orangey tones do show up a lot quicker than the blues and the greens, but you do have to work harder to blend them out. Because in person you can definitely see the transition from the lighter color that I first used, that lighter orange, versus this one. Like I do see the difference, but you definitely do have to work a lot harder to get them to be seamlessly blended. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, so let's keep going. Okay, well, not bad. So now that I have those nice warm orangey tones, I'm gonna go in with, and I'm gonna do this red right here. Shit. Let's see how this red is looking. Okay. Okay, the reds and the orange are winning me over way more than those blues and greens, and I love blues and I love greens, so I'm shook by the result. All right, I'm really impressed with the red. I expected the red to wow me, and it is. It definitely is. winning me over. I also just dipped into the red above it as well, and I like that one too. It looks really, really good. Okay, so now that I have all of my reds and oranges blended, I'm now going to use this beautiful gold glitter. You can't really tell, but it has like flecks of like rainbow colors in it. Like the whole thing is gold and it's got like different little like confetti colors. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna use that for this eye. Again, going to be applying my NYX glitter primer. Okay, I'm just going to put that gold glitter. Yeah! Oh my gosh. It looks like a party on my eyelid. Damn it, you can't really see, but it is so... Oh, this is such a fun glitter. I need this glitter on its own, like in its own thing. So I just packed that all over the center of my eyelid and it is absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to just work out the edges so that, because I want both corners to connect similarly to the blue eye. So I'm gonna finish this eye and then we're gonna work on the bottom and then we're gonna go over our final thoughts, my final thoughts. Okay, I'm back. The rest of my face is on. And okay, so final thoughts on all of these palettes. Okay, I'll start with what I am least impressed with, okay? Overall, I am definitely least impressed with the pigmentation of the matte shades. All the greens and the blues, they just did not want to show up. They did not want to show up for work. They were like, I'm taking off today. I don't want to show up. And it definitely took a lot longer to blend out those colors, but once I did blend them out, it came out really, really pretty. But yeah, that's something that's kind of annoying. But I think the reds and the oranges, they were a little bit more pigmented, but they definitely were equally hard to blend out. So that's the only thing. But once they did blend out, they came out really nice. So I with that. But what I was most impressed with is in fact the glitters. These pressed glitters in all of these palettes are really, really pretty. Like the colors are absolutely gorgeous and it's a pressed glitter, so it's not getting everywhere. It's, you know, you do kind of have to dig in to pick it up, but I kind of like that because it is less likely to get everywhere. And with the use of a glitter primer, it was really easy to get it on my eye using a brush. So I really like that. The gold, I got to use the gold glitter and the silver glitter and I love them both. There is this really beautiful bright blue. There's this really beautiful blue glitter that I look forward to using at some point. But yes, definitely impressed with the glitter shades. They are très magnifique. And of course, overall, the packaging. I love the packaging. It is so creative and beautiful and really, I think, really encompasses all three goddesses very well. Like, good job with all of that. And of course, the box that it came in, stunning. And I think I said in the beginning of the video, I did say, like, even if the product itself wasn't the best, I have to commend Ditto Cosmetics for their creativity and their packaging and their ideas. Like, everything is so beautiful. And they're a newer brand, so they're a newer indie brand. There's still, I'm sure there's a lot that they plan to, you know, create and make better. And I think this is a very strong start, and I can't wait to see if they come out with any more palettes like this, because I really do like them, and I definitely will use them because, like I said, the look did not turn out bad at all. I think it was just the process of getting here that was kind of a slow burn. But overall, I do really like them, and I will be using them often. Now, okay, as far as which one, like if you were gonna buy one, right? Like, out of all three of these, which one would I suggest? Well, ma'am, it depends on what you like. If you like those deeper, darker colors, then you might really enjoy the Hera palette. This one, I did try it on my finger, and really it's just a matte red with that bit of shimmery glitter that's in it. It just makes for like a nice shimmery red, so it's actually really nice. So if you are somebody that can work really well with a palette that really is very different, like you have like reds, blues, like obviously complete opposite ends of the spectrum. If you're somebody that can work with colors like that, and like your artistic game is just off the charts, then you might really want to consider the Hera palette. If you are someone that likes more softer colors and you like to work with more greens and, you know, soft shimmers, then you'll really like this one. Like I said, even though it is kind of a battle trying to blend out the greens, once you do, it's a really nice result. And of course, it has this beautiful glitter. I'm not saying get the entire palette just for the glitter, but I am saying you might want to get the entire palette for the glitter. And lastly, of course, the Aphrodite palette. Again, I say if you are somebody who is just really like creative and you like to work with different colors on the complete opposite spectrum, then you might do really well with this palette. The blues, like I said, kind of hard to blend out because they're really powdery, but it makes for a nice result. This blue right here is the one that really saved me when I was trying to really get into darkening the crease. So this one's really good, and it has the silver glitter, which is really cute. And yeah, if you like purples, then it has some really pretty purples in there. And so yeah, it really just depends on what kind of colors you like to use. Some people like to stick with lighter colors, then you might want to go with either the Aphrodite palette or the Athena palette. But if you like those like dark, sultry colors, maybe you're missing some reds that you really want, then go with the Hera palette. But yeah, that's my review, my first review for a brand. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come up with. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well, and I will see you next time.